is the biodistribution of this product, this messenger RNA lipid nanoparticle? Well, guess what? It distributes everywhere. This is something that I would have known quite readily because I work with lipid nanoparticles. I could have told you that lipid nanoparticles, I usually say, they need a door crack, whereas a virus needs an open door. So, and a normal vaccine needs an open door. So a normal vaccine stays in the arm, pretty much, 99.9% or so, or 99%. A lipid nanoparticle needs a door crack to get out. A large majority of the lipid nanoparticle does not stay in the arm. In fact, we now know that a large part of it goes into the lymph node right underneath here and still making spike protein 60 days later. That's a wonderful study from Cell. So this is something that's called pharmacokinetics. That should have been looked at well before this product was out. So they never told people that, hey, we're going to stick it in your arm, it's going to show up in your lymph node, it's going to show up in your brain, it's going to show up in your ovaries, your bone marrow, your adrenal glands, your liver, your spleen, which is then going to track up through the vagus nerve and go to your basal ganglia. All these things are happening. Why do I know? Because the studies have been done now. If they weren't done by Pfizer or Pfizer did them, they didn't tell anybody. So what I just told you was, it's not staying in the arm. It's producing spike for up to 60 days. The spike, as we know, is actually being found up to 15 months later in monocytes and other cells. It's not being degraded, all right? This is a big deal. People should know these things, right? It's blocking p53, the guardian of the genome. It's actually blocking microRNA 27A, which is also upticks in colon cancer. It's actually affecting many things that are going to increase cancer risk. BRCA, the breast cancer gene, interferes with that. So these are things that should have been done ahead of time. Everything I'm telling you. The
studies to look at this, right?
These studies are done. I'm not saying anything. These are not opinions. I'm not giving you any opinions. I'm just giving you data. So it goes everywhere. It's blocking important tumor repair genes called p53. It's blocking BRCA. It's also messing with microRNA 27A, which has caused upticks in colon cancer cells. It's causing production for up to 60 days. It's messing with toll-like receptor 7 and 8, which you and I have pretty similar. It should be almost similar to toll-like receptor 7 and 8. They're part of our overall genome of everybody that's in this room. Those are important for immune surveillance for viruses. So we're going to see this huge uptick in all the viruses that lay kind of dormant in our body, like the herpes virus family. So in my clinic right now, I am seeing 3 to 5 people a week because they know that I am taking a lot of time in my practice to do COVID. And they're coming to see me with long COVID, and they're coming to see me with problems with after the vaccine. And these people are coming in and they're exhausted, they don't feel good. And what I'm finding is a huge number of them have reactivated Epstein-Barr, herpes simplex, herpes zoster, CMV. I've not had an interview with anyone where I've actually revealed that to any big audience. This is an incredibly important thing. A lot of people are looking at this long COVID if it's all viral related problems specifically to the spike protein or to other issues. They don't know that we're seeing this huge reactivation in the viral herpes virus family. And we have treatment for it. It's been working really, really well. So these are things that we need to get that word out, and I think we are also seeing 40% rise in deaths, as you know, from 18 to 64. These are the actuaries. Nobody filled them in to tell them to not let that news out. And from 25 to 44, we saw the last quarter last year an 82% rise in deaths. So there's a lot of data that's out there that is very, very troubling, and most people are unaware. And it's our job to kind of let people know this platform, this lipid nanoparticle messenger RNA platform, I don't care what you attach to it, it is always going to travel everywhere. It's always going to be a problem. And that's why you see the distribution of disorders coming from this after the vaccines affect so many different organ systems, because it distributes everywhere. And so I heard somebody say, we don't know why it does all these things. Well, we know why. It's a lipid nanoparticle. It goes everywhere. It's like, I tell people it's like garlic. So, this is not something that's controllable, And it doesn't matter if you're doing it for RSV, it doesn't matter if you're doing it for influenza. If you do a lipid nanoparticle platform, you're asking for trouble. You're asking to have an uncontrolled distribution pattern.